It's August here in the Phoenix area, and what are the tips for your landscape during the hot summers here in the month of August? My name is Eli Hall. I'm with AMS Landscaping out of Phoenix, Arizona. And here are some tips that we share with our clients. So the first tip is take advantage of the monsoon. And we don't always get heavy monsoon. This year was a tough year. We didn't get a whole lot of rain, but when we do get it, you want to take advantage of that moisture. There is more humidity in the air. Because of that humidity, the water is getting absorbed also in the leaves of your grass, your plants, your trees. So we recommend deeper watering with a little bit less frequent. So you want to go deep, less frequent watering. So just to get deeper watering into the roots, especially going into the fall, you want to make sure that you've got good root health. And sometimes this takes, probing the soil with a screwdriver or a soil probe to see if you've got good penetration. There's things we can do to help you with that. Reducing irrigation during rains, obviously, to save money and save water efficiency, of course. Second tip is just watch for weeds. This is the type of year with moisture in the air. Sometimes we don't need a lot of rain to get some weeds. So make sure that you're staying on top of your weeds. We highly recommend putting down a pre-emergent that'll prevent weeds, and you just won't get them. You don't have to use glyphosate or any post-emergence afterwards, which is a better way to go if you're trying to go a safer, healthier way. If you put down the pre-emergent, you won't even have to address the weeds, which is just like a lifesaver in my opinion. Avoid having pruning here in this time of year. It gets really hot still this time of year. You don't want to take too much of the foliage off of trees, off of plants. They can, get easily stressed. So light shaping, light pruning is okay. You want to thin out things slightly, just do strategic pruning, maybe individual pruning. I mean, if you're still shaping or hedging your hedges in the summer and August, that's okay, as long as you're not taking too much off of them. You want to wait till it starts cooling off before you take on that type of challenge here in the greater Phoenix area. Mulch matters. This is another great tip. We highly recommend putting down organic matter like wood chips or bark or just organic mulch, in bedding. This is a great time to do it. It holds the moisture longer. It brings nutrients to the soil. It balances the pH of the soil a little bit. And just refreshing mulch layers, 2 to 3 inches deep if you can. This will help a lot of times prevent weeds. And, just make sure you're avoiding running up too much around the trunks of trees. You want to give trees that arch that they normally have close to where they make surface to the ground. The next tip is, irrigation tune-up. Make sure that irrigation is running efficiently during this time of year. It all takes is one valve to go out, and if your stuff isn't getting water for a couple weeks, you're going to really see the impact quickly, just because it does get so hot. So you want to check for clogged emitters, overspraying. You want to make sure that everything's running efficiency. We always recommend seasonally checking your irrigation, doing a thorough audit, just getting a report done to your system, and making sure you're adjusting your irrigation throughout the year, of course, but this time of year especially. Be cautious with new planting this time of year. It's kind of a little too hot to be planting anything new right now. If you want to wait till like September, October, when we're slightly starting to cool off, at least nighttime temperatures really matter. I would hold off during this time of year. It's not the best time of year. It doesn't mean you can't do it. It just means that they tend to be stressed more. You definitely need to water way, way more in August. If you plant something, you want to make sure that it's getting really thoroughly saturated, and it's likely to get a little stressed. Even if you do plant it and it does survive, does well, it'll probably take a little stress when you first plant something here in the month of August. Monitor for pests and just stress, any type of heat stress, sunburns on tree trunks, curled leaves, patches of grass. Obviously a lot of leaf shed this time of year. If you're noticing that, there might be stress on a tree or a plant. So, and always looking out for pests and that sort of thing. But these are the top tips that we recommend for the month of August. If you have any other questions, or if you're looking for any advice on anything, please feel free to reach out to us here at AMS Landscaping. You can contact us through our website at azlawns.com. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and our Facebook page at AMS Landscaping, and check us out on Twitter and Instagram and X at AZLawns. Make it a great day.